Love, feeling, or science. 6 hidden psychology facts about love and attraction. Love, the most spoken word in songs, whispered in prayers, carved into trees, and written in millions of letters. People have lived for it, fought for it, and even lost themselves in it. But what exactly is it? Is love just a powerful feeling that takes control of the heart? Or is it a precise science hidden inside brain chemistry and psychological patterns? The truth is, love is both. It is poetry and biology, mystery and mechanism. And today, we'll dive into 6 hidden psychological facts about love and attraction, secrets that will change how you understand your own heart. As you listen, you may see your past, your present, or even your future reflected in these truths. 1. The chemistry of the first spark. Imagine this. You're at a cafe, sipping your coffee, scrolling through your phone. Then suddenly, someone walks in. You don't know their name, you've never seen them before, yet your heart does something strange. Your pulse quickens. You notice their smile, the way they move, the way their energy fills the room. Psychology says that spark, that electric moment, is not random. Within the first 90 seconds to 4 minutes, your brain decides whether attraction exists. How? Through a silent scan. You're not aware of it, but your brain is analyzing everything. Their body language, the pitch of their voice, their facial symmetry, even their natural scent. Your nervous system is working faster than thought, and before you know it, you feel either pulled toward them or not at all. This is what researchers call the honeymoon chemical rush. Your body releases dopamine, the pleasure hormone, norepinephrine, which makes your heart race, and a touch of serotonin, which makes them stay in your thoughts. That's why you can't stop replaying the encounter in your mind later. So when people say, "I knew from the moment I saw them," it's not just a romantic exaggeration. Psychology confirms love often begins in less than 4 minutes. 2. Attraction isn't random, it's patterned. Most people believe love is accidental, that we just fall for someone. But psychology reveals a hidden truth. Our attraction follows patterns. Think of this. Why do some people always fall for a certain type? Why do you sometimes meet someone new, and yet they feel strangely familiar? Research shows we are often drawn to people who remind us of our earliest bonds, usually our caregivers. Not always in looks, but in familiarity. Maybe it's the way they speak softly when you're upset, the way they laugh, or even the way they create a sense of safety. Your subconscious whispers, "This feels like home." For example, a woman who grew up with a protective father may feel naturally drawn to men who display a calm, grounding presence. A man raised by a nurturing mother may feel a pull toward women who radiate warmth and empathy. This doesn't mean we fall for people who are identical to our parents. Instead, psychology shows we seek out the emotional patterns we know best, even if those patterns are complicated. That's why sometimes people are drawn to unhealthy relationships. The subconscious recognizes the familiar, even if it isn't good. So, love isn't just random magic. Attraction is often our mind searching for home. 3. The eye contact secret. Now let me tell you a story. In 1997, psychologist Arthur Aaron conducted a famous experiment. He paired up complete strangers and asked them to sit face to face, asking each other 36 increasingly intimate questions. At the end, he gave them one final instruction. Look into each other's eyes for 4 minutes. No words, just silence and eye contact. What happened shocked everyone. Many participants reported feeling deeply connected. Some described it as if they had known the person forever. And 2 of those strangers later got married. Why does this happen? Because eye contact is intimacy without words. When you hold someone's gaze, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Barriers drop, vulnerability rises, and suddenly you feel seen in a way words can't capture. This is why lovers can sometimes say 1,000 things without speaking. A glance across a room, a look that lingers longer than usual. Eye contact is a hidden doorway into love. So remember, the eyes aren't just windows to the soul. Psychology proves they are bridges to the heart. 4. The role of absence in attraction. There's a saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. But is it really true? Psychology says yes, at least in the beginning. Here's why. When someone is less available, your brain activates the scarcity principle. We value what feels rare. And when a person becomes distant, your mind begins filling the gap with imagination. You replay memories, exaggerate feelings, and crave their presence more. Think about it. The text they didn't send makes you think of them all day. The silence makes the heart restless. The more uncertain the connection feels, the stronger the pull becomes. But here's the hidden twist. Absence is only powerful in creating desire. Real love, however, requires presence. Long-term relationships cannot survive on scarcity. At some point, absence turns into neglect. So yes, psychology confirms that space can intensify attraction, but only if it eventually leads back to closeness. 5. Love alters perception of time. Have you ever been with someone you love and lost track of hours? Or waited for their message, and a few minutes felt like forever? That's not just in your head. Love actually changes the way your brain perceives time. When you're with someone who excites you, dopamine floods your brain, making time feel faster. Hours pass like minutes. But when you're apart, oxytocin withdrawal makes every minute drag. This is why people in love often say, "Time flies when I'm with you," but it slows down when you're gone. One study even showed that couples in love have more vivid memories of time spent together. They don't just remember what happened, they recall the smallest details. The scent of the air, the way the light fell, the exact tone of a laugh. Love sharpens memory because your brain prioritizes moments that carry emotional weight. So when you think back to your deepest love, notice this. You don't just remember events. You remember feelings frozen in time. 6. Love creates a psychological merging. Now we arrive at the deepest hidden fact. When you fall in love, something extraordinary happens in the brain. Psychologists call it the inclusion of other in the self. It means that your partner doesn't just enter your life, they enter your identity. You start using words like we instead of I. You begin to mirror each other's expressions, adopt each other's habits, and even share the same rhythms of speech. Over time, couples can become so psychologically merged that they literally influence each other's health, moods, and even immune systems. This merging explains why breakups hurt so much. When love ends, it feels like losing a part of yourself, because in many ways you are. But here's the beauty. When the merging is healthy, love doesn't erase you. It expands you. It turns two into something greater than the sum of their parts. So, is love feeling or science? After all these facts, we return to the question, is love just a feeling or is it science? Science tells us that love is a cocktail of hormones: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, norepinephrine. It's attachment styles, like contact, familiarity, scarcity, and brain chemistry. But here's what science cannot measure. The way a touch feels electric. The way silence between two people feels louder than words. The way love can survive distance, time, and even hardship. So the answer is clear. Love is both. It is the one place where feeling and science meet, where psychology and poetry become the same thing. Final reflection. As you carry these 6 hidden facts, the spark of chemistry, the patterns of attraction, the power of eye contact, the influence of absence, the distortion of time, and the merging of identities, remember this. Love is not just about finding someone. It's about understanding how the heart and the mind weave together. Psychology can explain the how, but only you can experience the why. And maybe that is why love remains the greatest mystery of the human experience, a mystery we don't just study, but live. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective.